In today's video, we're going to go over the Pythagorean Theorem, and we're also going to be talking about ways in which we can use the Pythagorean Theorem to help us to solve problems in geometry. So let's go over what the Pythagorean Theorem states. It states that in a right-angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. The square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So in this triangle here, we have the other two sides, A and B. So the sum of these two sides, the sum of the squares, A squared plus B squared, is equal to the square of C, which is the hypotenuse. And this is how we come by our formula. So let's look at one way we can use the Pythagorean theorem to help us to solve problems. And one way is to find missing length of a triangle. So here we have a triangle. Side A, which is the missing side, and the other side 15. And we have the hypotenuse 17. So let's start out by writing our formula. A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Now we're going to plug in the measurements. We don't know what A is. That is what we want to find. So let's put back our A squared. And we have B squared, which is the other side. That is 15 squared. And we have C squared, which is the hypotenuse. That is 17 squared. We don't know what is A squared. That's what we want to find. 15 squared, 225. Equals 17 squared, 289. So A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Now we're going to subtract 225 from both sides. So we have A squared is equal to 289 minus 225. A squared is equal to 64. And therefore, A is equal to the square root of 64, which is 8. So the missing side, A, is equal to the square root of 64, which is 8. So that is one way we can use the Pythagorean theorem to find missing length. We can also use the Pythagorean theorem to tell whether a triangle is a right angle triangle or not. So let's look at this example. Is triangle RST a right triangle? The lengths are 8 centimeters, 10 centimeters, and 13 centimeters. And you are being asked to include what you know about the Pythagorean theorem in your answer. So let's start by sketching a little triangle. So we know the longest side is 13, that's the hypotenuse. We know one side is 10, and we know one side is 8. So we need to tell if this triangle is a right triangle. So let's start out with our formula. A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. That is our formula. A squared, let's say this side is a, so that would be 64. A squared, that is 8 squared, plus 10 squared, and that is equal to, according to the formula, 13 squared. 864 plus 100 is equal to 169. 164 and 100 is 164, and this is 169. So we can go ahead and cross these equal, not equal, not equal, not equal. So is this a right triangle? The answer is no. And we can say no because according to the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. And in the case of this triangle, this is not so, because a squared plus b squared is not equal to c squared. So if we're asked a question like this and asked to give a reason for our answer, this is exactly what we would say, because we proved it right here, that according to the Pythagorean theorem, RST is not a right triangle because a squared plus b squared is not equal to c squared. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. I hope you find this review on Pythagorean Theorem very helpful. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.